What's the meaning of life in 2025? In today's world, we can see the narrative money, gym, opposite gender. But for most human history, this question has been asked quite a lot. And we have some good answers from a philosophical perspective, which I will uncover today. We have the getting rewarded after death. Then there is no real meaning behind any of this, and there is meaning, it's just hidden, and we can uncover it. I will go into more details on the interesting parts and give my own verdict at the end. The religious way is pretty simple. Do tasks on earth, get rewarded after death. So we won't go into more details. But the other ones are a little more complicated. For example, there is no real meaning. Albert Camus shared this thought and compared Sisyphus' punishment with human life. In short, Sisyphus was someone cursed by gods to roll a rock up a hill, and every time he got near the top, the rock just fell down. And he must do this for the rest of his life. Albert compared this with our lives, where there is constant effort made without real meaning behind it. Because at the end of the day, we all die, everything just loses its meaning. But he said there is something that we can still do, and it is to have some control even in a situation where it seems like we are bound to have one outcome. In the sense that we can still control how we live in this absurdity and have our freedom. As he says, one must imagine Sisyphus happily doing his task, getting pleasure, experiencing life, not waiting to have something at the end. Then the approach of we have some hidden meaning and we can uncover it. This one is explained in more various ways, but I think Kant will be the representative of this sphere because he's all right, you know. He says we are different from every other animal. We don't have big teeth or big claws. We are born with big weaknesses, you know, and we stay that way for a long time. It is only when we become smart we can be capable. And we are the only species with this type of ability to think deeply. That means our duty is to achieve the hardest task that we can do with our brains, and that is get closer to making this world a fair place for everybody. So there is meaning to develop our brains, give our children our knowledge so he can take his knowledge and take our knowledge and give it further to their kids and so on until we have a world that is fair for everybody. But I think the meaning of life is something that unifies all of these things. The meaning of life is to be able to live in peace with yourself as fast as possible. If there is some direction that you are being called to, it is of importance to fulfill this direction as fast as possible because it matters to you to live up to your moral standards in any situation, and it matters to you to do the tasks that are being called to you to do, you know, so you live with less remorse. And here comes Kant in play. You need to develop big brain to be able to critically analyze your beliefs and moral groundings so you would live in less lies and be closer to the truth. That way, every day you could be more capable of better dealing with your situation because it matters to everyone to be able to lay down at night and be like, yep, I did what I thought was necessary. And that way you just go through life in a good state, no matter if something changes or not, because you are able to react correctly. Some might say, why all of this matters if we will die anyways? Well, because you're alive and stuff matters while you are alive, you know? Doing things matters to you. Will this stuff be relatable to you when you are dead? I don't know, but stuff definitely matters to you when you are alive, when you do your job, when you do sit at home and do stuff, you know, stuff matters. So that is the meaning of life. Be able to live each day with as little remorse as possible by acting appropriately, getting knowledge to know what approach is more appropriate and be able to get closer to the truth. This doesn't mean that you will get rich and you will be fine. This doesn't mean that you will get that one thing and then you will be fulfilled. This means waking up every day, figuring out the new thing that is right in front of you, and after that, feeling okay with it, you know? That means making this video, even though it at first sight it won't give me anything, but I know that after this it will give me peace. Yeah, that's it. No rocket science this time. Sorry.